Welcome everyone. In today's video, I wanted to talk about zkSync, some big news that has happened recently and why we should care. So on their Twitter, they put out on March the 24th that zkSync error mainnet is now live and open to all users. So that's developers, projects, and just your average ordinary everyday person can actually go ahead and use the zkSync zkEVM. So I'll go into a little bit about that. So what is the zkEVM? So they have here on the zkSync facts that a zkEVM is a virtual machine that executes smart contracts in a way that is compatible with zero knowledge proof computation. So just to make this a little bit more simple, effectively, it's just going to allow developers to take their code that works in the Ethereum virtual machine. So all of the standard dApps that you see like Aave, MakerDAO, Uniswap, that sort of thing, they're able to copy paste their code onto zkSync and have it work there. And basically the zkEVM takes all of that code and then converts it on the back end so that they're able to use zero knowledge computation and make it make sense on their back end. That's effectively what they're doing there, right? And so what are some of the advantages of the zkEVM and like why should we even care? So they put up a comparison thing here comparing this to the optimistic rollups that we see today. So like Arbitrum, Optimism, Boba, that sort of thing. So you get significantly higher security. So zk rollups eliminate the reliance on watchers, replacing the game theoretic economic security with cryptographic security. So you have pure math to trust rather than incentivized actors. You also have higher capital efficiency. So with optimistic rollups, native withdrawals take a long time. So the way that they work is that it can take up to a week because they need to check that these transactions are actually legit. Of course, you can use any other bridge out there that can be instant, but those aren't safe as they can be hacked and the liquidity taken from them. So if you wanted to use the official bridge, it can take some time. However, with zk rollups, it can be a lot faster. Like we're talking minutes here instead of several days. And this is a massive benefit, not particularly to the average ordinary everyday person, because you can just use a regular bridge. And, you know, I'm assuming you're not moving millions of dollars when you're doing that. So it's more useful for the institutions who want the security of using the official bridge and being able to actually get on and off zkSync whenever they want to very quickly. They may be trying to execute an ARB or doing other trading strategies that require it to be done quickly. So this is actually pretty cool for them. Additionally, improved UX for NFTs. So native withdrawals of NFTs cannot be accelerated. The liquidity provider solution does not apply here because NFTs are unique. However, with zkSync, any withdrawal is finalized between 15 minutes and 3 hours with faster times when there's higher activity. So that's awesome as well, showing a lot of improvements over optimistic rollups right now. And the last one is transaction costs. So zk rollups are cheaper for most popular crypto use cases because they require the least amount of data to be posted on chain. Now, whilst that might be true for the end game of zk rollups, if we look at l2fees.info, we can actually see that optimistic rollups for the most part are cheaper than zk rollups. I mean, Arbitrum is 41 cents to do a swap, Optimism is 45 cents, and zkSync is currently $1. But that's still a lot cheaper than what we see with mainnet Ethereum with up to $9 here to just simply swap a token. So that's the end goal for zk rollups. And I mean, we're still in the alpha for zkSync. And so this is their zkSync 2.0. They've released zkSync 1.0. I think for the past 2 years it's been live. You can do transfers there, and there are a few dApps that were live, but I'll talk about that more in a second. And so with zkSync error, which is their zkEVM, or just like zkSync 2.0, there's been some improvements. As you can see here, they talk about a powerful LLVM compiler, data compression, and hyperscalability. But I wanted to just narrow it down to this, what I think is the most important one, and they probably think it's the most important one as well because they put it as #1 here, and that is native account abstraction. So amazing UX is a must for mass adoption, and it's not conceivable without native account abstraction. So effectively, what native account abstraction is that any account on zkSync error can pay fees in any tokens or even transact with zero fees on protocols willing to subsidize the usage. So basically, this means that you don't have to hold ETH to do any transactions on zkSync. And that's part of the reason why they say here that a good user experience is a must for mass adoption, because it's quite annoying to have to hold, hundreds of dollars worth of ETH to do transactions on Ethereum, because perhaps you're not actually bullish on the price of Ethereum and you just want to hold all stablecoins, but you have to hold a certain amount of Ethereum in order to transact on the network. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive to use, say, USDC, for example, to pay for transactions, because it needs to be swapped for ETH. But it's something that's really cool. And as they said here, it's a massive improvement and better user experience for anyone who actually wants to do transactions on zkSync. So now that zkSync 2.0 is actually live, you can go to their ecosystem here and check out what you can actually do. So if you just go to ecosystem.zkSync.io, and if we click on DeFi, we can see what's actually here. So a lot of these DeFi protocols have committed to going to zkSync, but they're not actually live yet. So the two ones that you can actually use is mute.io, which is a place where you can go ahead and do swaps. It's a basic AMM. And then if I just scroll down here, we also have Unidex Finance, which is here, which is sort of an aggregator. You can do swaps, you can do perpetual futures trading and that sort of thing. But they have stressed in different Twitter threads, as well as on their website, that this is still an alpha. I mean, it has been audited and all of that, but just don't YOLO a bunch of money into zkSync. Don't transfer a ton of money over there. Just a couple $100 or thousands, whatever you can afford to lose. Just mess around with what they have live now. Keep revisiting for the coming months as more and more stuff goes live on zkSync. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one.